Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoint and welcome back to another video. And today we're unboxing, setting up and testing out the new AirTags from Apple. So these little tags allow you to keep track of things you might often lose or misplace, like your keys, your wallet or even your bag. Now this is everything we're going to take a look at, including 3 loops, 2 keyrings, a single AirTag and a 4-pack. I'll do a quick unboxing, but then I'm going to actually take these out and about and properly demonstrate them to you, just to show you how good they are away from home. Okay, let's start with the 4-pack. So this is the box or the sleeve that they actually come in. So it's pretty simple packaging as you would expect from Apple. As we get this opened up to take a look, you can see that it folds out to reveal the 4 tags. And these are small. So these are a lot smaller than I was expecting, but they are pretty thick. Now the outer edge is a white plastic on the bottom, but on the top here, this is actually stainless steel. Now this feels really nice and smooth. I really like this. But I do wonder if this will scratch easily though. It looks like it could, especially if it's hanging around with your keys in your pocket. So that's the 4-pack of tags, and this is what the single pack looks like. So in case you're only going to go for the 1 tag, maybe you just want one for your keys, for example, and you can see this is what this pack looks like. So it just slides out and reveals the single tag. So inside these AirTags, there's actually a speaker. And I'll demonstrate that in a second once we've got it set up, but there are no speaker holes. So the actual speaker itself can be heard through the top white plastic part of the AirTag. But it also means because there are no holes, it means it's water resistant for up to 1 meter and 30 minutes, but it's not waterproof. So to get set up, the first thing you need to do is make sure you have iOS 14.5 installed. Now this will work on all iPhones since the SE, and that includes the 6S, the 7, and right up to and including the iPhone 12. Then this little tab, this is the battery tab. So as soon as we remove this, it will actually turn the AirTag on for the first time. Then it will beep, and then we're ready to go. Okay, let's place this next to my iPhone, and it will actually show up here. So all we need to do is hit connect, and then we can choose a name for it. So by default, there are maybe 6 or 7 to choose from, but you can create your own custom name as well. For this first one, I'm just going to use keys because that's what I'm going to add it to. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the other 4 tags to my iPhone. But while I do that, I just wanted to mention what the price of these tags are. So a single tag is £29 or $29, and a pack of 4 is £99 or $99. But that's it. There are no subscriptions or other costs to worry about, other than maybe picking up some keyrings. Talking of accessories, there are loads of keyrings and luggage loops available for the tags already. So if you're looking to attach an AirTag to your bag or an item, you can grab one of these. So all of the accessories have a popper on the front. You just need to unpop it, slide the AirTag inside and pop it close. Now this is the Baltic blue keyring. This is pretty nice. This is probably my favourite item that I've got. Then this is the saddle brown keyring. Then there's the electric orange loop. So these just loop around your luggage or your handles, something where you wouldn't be able to use a keyring. So I'm just showing you it here attached to my bag, for example. So as you can see here, it just loops through the hole on the strap itself, and then you just attach it to your handle. So you'd use this for your luggage while you are traveling. Then a couple of other loops I've got here, including the product red, which is really vibrant. This looks awesome. And then there's this white one as well. So these are all the keyrings and loops that I have. Let me grab the blue one and I'll attach this to my keys next. So now all the tags are set up and they will actually show up in the Find My app. So from here, you can actually see the current list and last known locations of every tag you've got. So I've got a few devices here, including my iPhones and my iPads and a few other bits, but they won't actually show up on this tab. Your AirTags will show up under the items. Now an AirTag actually uses Bluetooth to connect and show up here. It doesn't use a mobile signal, for example. So for it to actually show up and track, it will need to be near another iOS device running at least iOS 13, but the last known location will always show up here. So if you've lost a tag, say it's connected to your car keys, you can actually click on the device in the list and you can actually click play sound. And this is what you will hear. So that will make it pretty easy to locate your keys if you're within listening distance. But if it's further away or you don't want to use the sound, maybe it's late at night for example, well you can actually use the find option instead. And this is where the precision tracking comes in. So currently the tag is right next to my phone, but I've actually asked my wife to go and hide it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go and try and find it using the tracking feature. So it shows you how many feet you are from the tag and the direction that you need to go. So as I'm walking now, you can actually see the direction that it's pointing using the arrows. And this is absolutely awesome. Now I've got no idea where this is going to be, but we can see here we are getting closer. So it's showing the white circle on the screen. And it obviously kind of indicates where it's going to be. Well, as you can see, we're getting closer now. The circle's getting smaller and it's almost pinpointing exactly where it is. Now, this tracking feature actually only works on the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 12, as it actually uses the U1 chip along with the camera and the gyroscope. But this is really cool. I mean, you'd probably just use the sound if you were this close. You would just click the sound icon and you'd know exactly where it was. but I can actually imagine using this as a glorified geocaching or even treasure hunting with my kids. They'd absolutely love this. So if I hold the tag here and I kind of move it about, you can see how accurate this is. And it's quite fast as well, so as I move it away and closer, you can see the distance is changing on the app. Now it does show the distance in feet, but you can actually change that in the settings to meters as well. So that's how it works if you're within Bluetooth range and say you're at home. But what would happen if you were out and about and you happen to lose your keys when you were say at the beach or at the park? How would you be able to track it then? Well, it actually uses the Find My network to track it. So basically any iOS device that's nearby will actually act as a kind of like a signal booster for it. So as soon as somebody else walks past within the proximity of it and they have at least iOS 13 or newer, it will update its location and you can actually now see where it is on your phone. But it does need Bluetooth to update its location. So say you do lose it in a field, for example, and there are no other devices around, well, the last known location won't be updated until it gets that connection again. So here I have literally thrown an AirTag into some bushes under a tree just so I could demonstrate what would happen if you were to do the same. Now, I'm in the middle of nowhere. So I've driven a mile down the road. I've opened up the app to demonstrate this. So essentially I'm a mile away from the tag. Clearly there's no Bluetooth. Nobody is going to walk past this. But let's just see what would happen. Okay, so now I'm using the Find My app. So I can see the last known location for my wallet that I left. And what you can see here is not close enough to use the find or the nearby function. So I won't be able to use the sound. But just by tapping direction, it will actually send the location of the AirTag to Maps. And then I'm able to navigate to it from there. So using the normal Maps app, we will now navigate back to where the wallet was. And then once we get there, we'll then open up the Find My app again. And we'll be able to use that precision tracking. Okay, and here we are. So we are now back to where we left the AirTag. Now, just like before, we can then walk around using the arrows on screen and using the distance. But again, we do need Bluetooth for this to work. So same as before, we can see exactly where the AirTag is. And as we get closer and closer, we can see here it's obviously hidden under this long grass. Now, if you do lose it though, you can actually enable a different mode called Lost Mode. So when this actually is enabled, it means that if anybody else finds it, they can actually, using their NFC compatible device, tap it onto the actual AirTag itself. Now this can be Android or iOS. Now what it will then do is it will show your contact information on screen, and you can actually leave a message as well. So you can leave your phone number or you can leave a message with an email address so somebody can actually return it to you. In terms of powering this little tag, inside there's actually a single battery and it's a CR2032. Now it's not rechargeable, but it is replaceable. So your iPhone and your iPad will let you know when it's running low, but a single battery should last you at least a year. Now removing the battery is really easy, just push and twist and you can see it here, it just pops out. Now I would like to have seen maybe a small screw just holding this in place, just securing it really. I mean, if someone finds this and they want to disable it, well they can just unscrew it and remove the battery within just a couple of seconds. But what do you think? Do you think this is something that maybe Apple should have implemented? Just a small screw just securing that battery in place? And also these tags can be customized when you buy them from the Apple Store. You can actually add up to 4 characters or emojis. All of mine are blank, but I would definitely recommend customizing them when you buy it. Now once you've got them inside a keyring, and you obviously know which is which, but otherwise, if you're actually just looking at all of these tags in your hand, for example, you have absolute no idea which tag is for which device. Then you'd have to obviously open the app up, you'd have to click play sound, and then you'd be able to work out which was which. Now, I just wanted to address the security and the privacy aspect of these tags, because you might be wondering what happens if someone takes your item or your bag, and obviously your AirTag is inside. Will they know they've got that tag in it? Well, yes, they will, kind of. It will actually notify them within a short amount of time that they are traveling with somebody else's AirTag that's not theirs. So this is obviously for privacy reasons, as it means you can't just pop an AirTag in someone's pocket and track them as they go, especially without their consent. But it also means that if someone does steal your bag and it happens to have your AirTag inside, well, they will actually get an audible beep and it will actually tell them that the tag is there. Now, from this, they could obviously stop, they could find and remove your tag, or just take the battery out. And from there, you will no longer be able to track the item that has possibly just been stolen. And my understanding is, if somebody does take your AirTag, they cannot register it to their own account, as it does appear to be locked to yours. Well, my advice would be, if you want to track an item and you're fearful of it being stolen, don't use something obvious like a keyring or a loop. Make sure you hide it away within that bag. So if somebody does steal the item and they get that audible beep within, say, 15 minutes or so, they're going to spend so long trying to find the AirTag, knowing that you're being tracked, that they might just give up completely. So that would be my advice, hide it away within your item. So that was an unboxing, a full demo, and my first thoughts on the new AirTags from Apple. And for something that I thought I'd never use, I will 100% be using these now. The fact that the battery doesn't need charging more than once a year, it can be tracked on my iOS devices, and it keeps my possessions pretty safe. Well, it's a no-brainer for me. I'll definitely keep one of these on my keys, as these are something I often lose around the house. They're in one of the drawers, I just never know which one. And it means I can also keep an eye on my grey bag when I'm out and about for days out. So yeah, I really like these, and for £99 for a set of 4, I think it's a pretty good buy. And what about you? Are you looking to pick up a single or a 4-pack of these AirTags, or are you using another brand that you prefer? Well, you've just made it to the end of this video, so thank you for watching. If you drop an Apple AirTags in the comments, I will give you a thumbs up, as I know you're still here. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on so you don't miss my next upload. You can also follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. Until next time.